My name is Olivia Peck. I am from Greenville, South Carolina, and I'm a history major.
My name is Macy Rose. I am a junior vocal performance major, and I am from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Micah Fellows, I think the first thing that I usually tell people when they ask even what it is the whole basis of it is based on Micah 6:8. And so we focus on the virtues of that verse: do justly, love mercy, walk humbly. And for me specifically, I had times in high school where I was involved with service or involved with nonprofit, and really thinking about how my time at Samford could be best spent. I knew my skill sets were more in nonprofit work, and I think that was a big priority in applying to it for me.
There's a beauty at Samford where there's so much connection on campus that there's always something to be a part of, but I think it's super special when you have the opportunity to go outside of that. I feel like there's always been this cultivation of service throughout my life, and so coming to Samford, it was kind of like when that blossomed. And so having that outlet to just meet with people and talk on a spiritual level, but then watch us walk that out practically and just have that kind of group and community of accountability has been super special. And I think I've never experienced something like that outside of a church setting. And so being able to come to university where that is accessible has been really wonderful. And it's just been eye-opening to see, okay, how can this be implemented into different aspects of campus itself and also into the community? I think the first thing I think of that kind of jumpstarts our community is in the spring semester of our freshman year. We all take a trip to a L'Arche. It's called L'Arche Community, or now First Light Community. And it's just this place in Mobile. They're an organization that houses adults with disabilities, and so there's different houses within a neighborhood. As Micah Fellows, we got to see the raw side of each other, but just the beauty of okay, what does it look like to do hard service and then be able to come back to arms that love and will accept everything that we've done. And so that was one of my favorite parts of freshman year, was just having that moment of saying, okay, this is a group of people that I can count on, that have seen the very human side of me, but also know what it means to love the way the Lord loves us. And so that was just really special.
We do that, and then going into our junior year, we just had to send in our information for our flights to Ireland. And so now it's kind of like bookends of the program. So we come in and we barely know these people, and we know we're going to spend the next 4 years with them, and then you really do get to know them in Mobile, and that's kind of what solidifies us as a cohort. And it's really bittersweet going to Ireland this summer, in Northern Ireland, and serving with each other kind of one last time. Reflecting upon the friendships that have formed and the dynamics that have changed, it's all been really cool to see, because I think that it's been impacted by outside of Samford as well as the group. And so we all, like we were talking about earlier, have completely different majors and backgrounds and even friend groups. But we all have each other as well and can talk about the hard things, and that's really been special.
Yeah. I think if I think of myself back in high school, there was always that feeling of wanting to do service but not knowing how and where to kind of look to find that. And I think when I came to Samford, it really felt like a home and a belonging. And so even just thinking about the past 3 years so far of just being in the program, I think I would describe it as just shield or scales being lifted, of just kind of seeing what the Lord has been fostering in me for a long time, and then it being kind of blossoming in this program, and just to see so far how He's just kind of shifted my passions and just brought all the bubbles together of what I love to do, has just been otherworldly and beyond me. And I think it's such a blessing that that's been a reality, and I would encourage other people to look into Micah Fellows, because I don't think that stops with my experience. I think that would go and say for anybody in our cohort in the past years. It's just something that's beyond us, and it's just something, just a really cool thing that Samford has here, and it's very special.
It's been some of the greatest joys learning how to reflect upon who I am, but also how I can use the skills that have been given to me in order to be there for others and steward them well, and be a good steward of gifts. And I think that's what the program really does, is it it humbles you in a really great way, in a really safe way. And so you can't have that growth and humility without being able to come back to each other and being like, hey, like, this is what's going on, this is the hard things, this is the awkward things. And then that equips you really well to go out and do service. And I think that in high school, a lot of times it's by yourself, or perhaps it's with peers that maybe you're a little bit less secure with. But coming into the Micah Fellows program, it's really been beautiful being able to have that uncomfortability, but then being able to come back to a safe place.
Yeah.